Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Fiona, and I'm sitting here with Philemon, who's the National Coordinator of New Generation Burundi. We will chat about who Philemon is, his role at New Generation, and what New Generation Burundi is all about, and so much more. So make sure you watch this till the end. I'm excited to begin this. Hello, Philemon.
Hello, Fiona. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good as well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Same here.
So, Philemon, now before we begin, can you please tell us a bit about yourself and what New Generation Burundi is all about for those who don't know?
Yeah. As I said, my name is Philemon Bigirimana, Burundian. I'm the national coordinator of New Generation, New Generation, which is the movement of young leaders in revival. It's a movement that started working here in Burundi since the year 1998. It was initiated by young people here in Bujumbura, in the city of Bujumbura. It was by the time where there was a crisis all over the city, young people killing each other. So this is young people who went together. And this movement was led by Mr. Generation Nahimana, who's the founder, and they wanted to stand up for something positive and something different for what was going around the country. That's how the movement started. Since that year, the movement kept on growing and making a huge impact across the country.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And how did you first get in touch with New Generation?
Yeah, it's a little bit a long story, but I try to make it a little bit short. So it was back in the year 2008. I was a teenager going at high school. You know, like growing up as a teenager, we all have been in that phase where we want to know about our purpose. We want to know the reason of our existence here on earth. So I grew up as someone who always had the fear for the future. You know, like you are a kid, you are a teenager, you are afraid, one day I'm going to have responsibilities, I'm going to leave my parents' house and to be on my own. So I was like, okay, that's how life is. But I didn't have any clear vision of what I was going to do or so to be. So I had my brothers who were part of the clubs of New Generation, and maybe we're going to talk about those
Sure.
club of New Generation. So they were part of those, and they kept on encouraging me, telling me stories, some of the activities that they do, like doing exercises, working out, to reaching out to people, going to hospital, and sometimes even going up country to share message of hope with different people. So I was like, I'm really interested. So one day I asked them, like, can I join? Say, hey, it's open. They said to me, it's open for everyone. You can join. That time I remember we used to gather on a Sunday at 3 p.m. It was a very difficult time. Like a Sunday 3 p.m. It's
Yes.
time where you want to nap,
Sure.
getting ready for the week.
Yes.
But I was really courageous enough, and from that time I really found myself. Because of the activities, but also some kind of the messages. I remember I got first in touch with the founder, Mr. Generation Nahimana. It was during an outing just to wish the New Year Eve and celebrating Christmas. That was the very first time that I was able to hear him speaking. And I was really moved by his message because he was touching like everything that I needed that time, having a purpose, making an impact. So from that time, that's why I decided to be part of the club of New Generation. And later on, I was volunteering at New Generation, till now. Yeah.
Wow, wow. So that's amazing how you joined as, a member of a leadership club,
Yeah.
and then you started volunteering, and now you're working full time at New Generation. It's been such a journey for
And a
you.
beautiful one.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, and
Eh,
so inspiring as well.
yeah.
And so, just to dive in more about, what New Generation does, can you tell us about some of the programs that are conducted in the organization?
Yeah, yeah. You know that now it's been more than 20 years. It's a long journey. There have been many phases of the movement or the organization, but everything was set up just to keep the movement growing. For now, the way we operate currently, we do have a specific program. The first one is a program that we call Girubuntu. Girubuntu is all about peace and reconciliation, because we believe that to see this nation going far, people need to heal. People need to heal, and they need to be reconciled so that they can work together as a whole community. So what we do within this program, we go reach out communities. We organize different community events whether it's about when we use football as a tool, but also other activity where we gather many people just so that they come to hear our message, and also encourage them to forgive one another. And after that, we encourage them to be part of this club, especially young people, so that within this club, that is where they have like this platform where they can do even more. They learn about leadership, they learn about entrepreneurship, just encouraging them to have impact in their own community. So far, we have different clubs in Muyinga, Bubanza, Bujumbura, but also in the province of Kayanza, and like the impact is really good. That's the first program. The second program is a program which we called Imboneza. Imboneza, which means leader. Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, a leader. Yeah, so we it is more about training. Yeah, it is more about a training where we encourage young people to learn something different. Yes, we really acknowledge the education in this country, but we encourage young people to go even beyond. But also we create this a platform where we can offer some of the training that that are not normally found in the normal education system of our country, where we talk about leadership as just for a reference. Last year we had like 300 young people who followed a whole session of leadership, and they were graduates, and we encourage them to go and making a huge impact. Some of them, sometimes they also contact us just to tell us what they are doing as an outcome of that training that they have followed. So the third program, which is the last one, is Giriteka. It's all about dignity. It's a human being it's a human being at the center of everything that we do. There are many because of what the country have been through. There are many vulnerable people, and also because of the injustice, we found ourselves that there are many. For example, there are many street connected children, but also when there are natural disaster, there are people who don't have a shelter. So it's all about all these people. We go and reach out to them, not only for the sake of reaching out to them, and also to give the basics that a human being might need for life, but also to give them a hope. Yeah. So we organize our activities in different activities. There is an outreach program which is more connected to the street connected children. Yeah, because they are part of this category that we serve at New Generation. We go reaching out to them. We get to know about them, their stories, or the reason why they're on the streets. Just also to advocate for them, so that they can have a better life as any other kids. So we also give them the opportunity to go back to school, because among them we identify some of them who can go back to school, but also others who can be reunited by their families, because there are we've heard many cases in the past where you find just like a 5-year kid is in prison. He doesn't know where the parents are. Some others are. I remember this story of an 8-year girl who was here in Bujumbura. Like the only thing that she was willing to was to be reunited by her family. So we tried to look for the family, and thank God we were able to find them, and they were reunited by the family. So that is which is more. So we give them a shelter, but also we invite them at our center, which is located in Bujumbura, so that we may spend more time with them, teaching them values and our core values, what we believe as new generation, but also helping them to find their own purpose, because we believe that they do. Yeah. So we also have another program called Road to School. So Road to School is a program that we initiated. It was formerly it is normally a program where you see those kids that I was telling, who are the street connected children. Yes. So when we give them an opportunity to go back to school, we, they need shelter, they need food. So once we identify them, we have houses. We have houses. We have 2 houses so far for boys and the girls. And for now, we are accommodating 52 children here in Bujumbura. But also, we also have another center in Gasogwe where we are feeding 15 children. So we do this because we believe in their future and also believe in their potential. I would like to highlight something because there is a period where New Generation was more known for this work of street connected children, and some people, they will be confusing that like we are an orphanage, but we are not. Yes. We are not. The reason why we do all of this, it is because we believe in their potential and what they can achieve if they have access to education, if they have access to food, if they have access to shelter, like the basics like a human being can have. And we have a good result because we have seen this in the past, because we have many kids who are really talented. We also have like footballers. So we decided to initiate a football team. Mm-hmm. Now they have been representing Burundi on international level since the year 2014. They went in Brazil, but also again they went also in Brazil again, Rio de Janeiro in 2016 for the Olympic Games, and in 2018 they were also able to participate in the FIFA. No, sorry, not in the Street Child World Cup in Russia, Moscow. That was again in 2022. They went to Qatar, Doha, for the same tournament, and 2023 they also went in Chennai, but this time for for a different game called cricket. I know you know better cricket
I
than
know. I know that.
yeah. So all the, as they were participating, the results were really good. They have a golden medal. They brought trophies. So it really shows what I was sharing. Like if you give a platform to a
Yes.
street connected children, they can achieve great. I remember in 2024, if I'm not mistaken, but also again in 2018, they were hosted by the president of the Republic of Burundi, just honoring them and also acknowledge their achievement. So I'm sharing all these stories just in relating to what I was saying, that if you give those people or those kids this platform, like the basics that human being might need, they can achieve great. Yeah. So these are the three programs that now we are currently working on. The first one is Girubuntu, Imboneza, and Giriteka. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much, Philemon. I love that. I love that. And I see that all the programs are so much focused and centered about the identity.
Sure.
Because that's exactly where everything starts.
Yeah.
And as you rightly said, it's so important. Sometimes, all a child or a young person needs is a platform,
Yeah.
Where he or she can express, himself or herself freely, and where, organizations like New Generation are there, not just to support, but really equip what they already have.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear how you really went into, each and every program, explaining what each and every program really focuses on,
Yeah.
and how it has a larger impact in the communities.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
Yeah.
also somehow related to the story that I was sharing. So I get it to know about New Generation. I didn't know I didn't know much more about my purpose.
Yes.
But being part of these programs,
Exactly.
it helped me to know
Yeah.
my purpose. To know my purpose.
Yes, yes, that's amazing. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. And also another thing that you've highlighted, Philemon, was about impact and communities.
Yeah.
So, Philemon, we live like in a world where everything changes. So how do you cope up, in such a volatile social economical environment, where you know that you can't avoid change, but you also need to keep going. You need to continue impacting the communities. You need to keep going with the work you do. So how do you navigate your work, and does that impact what you do, as a coordinator, or what New Generation does for its beneficiaries?
Yeah, I love that question. That's a very interesting. That's a very interesting question. Yeah, as you said, we living in a world that change, that are good and bad times. Like things also
Yes.
evolved. Yeah. So I would say that there have been sometimes it's really difficult. But the good thing, like. Maybe today you have hosted me as the national coordinator, but I'm not the
Yes.
only one who is behind all this work. It's a huge team,
Yes.
but also we have like the board that is always there to encourage us, and also to always have like an eye for the vision,
Sure.
if I can say. So the way we do it, we try to adjust, but also in the communities. Speaking about the communities, what I will say is like when we are reaching out to them, we always make sure first of all they get to know about the identity, what we're talking about, because I know that some of the thing that has been really like a problem, like in general, is when there are people, sometimes they go in their community and they behave like they are the solution, and they try to bring people to depend on them, like on the donation, on the promises. So at New Generation, we have decided to do like a different approach to I would say to partner with our beneficiaries, so that they have to understand that the solution is among them.
Yeah.
It's not as like a new generation. And the good thing at new generation, we always see problems and the crisis as an opportunity.
Wow.
Yeah. If as I said that the new generation started just because there were crisis in Burundi, so which means that if in Burundi we didn't have like those crises that we went through, new generation won't be there today.
Yes, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like every problem, every challenge is an opportunity for us. That's how we see things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I understand, your viewpoint as a national coordinator, and it's so interesting because I think usually when crisis and challenges are there, we are kind of shaken and then we don't know what to do. But it's amazing to see an opportunity in every challenge and problem, as you rightly said.
Yeah.
And I love that you really highly spoke about team and teamwork.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about the team that you work with, the people that are involved in the day-to-day life of new generation? What is their role really, in making sure that things are done, on time, that things are done according to the bigger picture that the organization has?
Yeah, I'll respond to your question in two ways. So the first one, it is the normal way that we all know. New Generation, it's an organization. It has its own structure. We have the board, the coordination, and the management team. So we have rules and regulations,
Yes.
that concerns all this level. Like that's the normal ways that we all we all know. But something that I can really highlight for the team, we are young. we are young, and we work with the people who knows their purpose, which make a difference from every work that we do in different community. But also I'll highlight the communication, but also in understanding more the kind of impact that we want to make. We want to make in this nation, not only for those specific people that we are working with. Like we are united by the impact. Just to everyone like in their own department is like we want to make a difference, to do something different, and to bring solution, to be the solution provider for the challenges. So when we understand things like that, it's very easy.
Yeah, the impact cannot be created single-handedly. You need a team, and a good team to actually keep moving things forward. So thank you for highlighting that. And so Philemon, I like to say we've started the year, but time now flies. We are already a quarter down, 2025. What is really the vision when it comes to 2025, maybe even generally, or maybe if you could highlight specific events or specific maybe priorities that are there lined up for the year? And also, since we have finished a quarter of 2025, what are some of the achievements that have been accomplished already that you can share with us?
Yeah, I'll start with saying some of the highlights, what we really want to focus on this year. As I said, we have a team of young people, and who are really zealous about what they are doing. This first quarter of the year, we've been really working on adjusting the program, setting goals, the targets, what we really want to achieve. So we really want to this year we really want to double the effort. I like to when we are in different meetings, when you are talking about with the whole teams, like sometimes they're like, time is rushing.
Yes.
Time is rushing. The world is changing. We need to reach out to many young people so that we to tell them to work for their nation, to find their purpose, to do something to make that impact. So we be working on. We want to double the result of the last year. It was tremendous. So if you allow me, I can even tell our viewers to go check on our website. That is where we can find the major achievement of our team. But also we'll be focusing more in entrepreneurship, but also in leadership, reaching out much I would say much effort in the city of Bujumbura, because that is where there is many young people, but also who have access to a lot of things, not really forgetting the other side of the country, but as an organization we have to have goals and somewhere we need to focus on. So it will be much more in Bujumbura, and also keep focusing on leadership and entrepreneurship. Yeah. Wow. I'm trying to say in general.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to a greater impact, and it's amazing to see how, the work just keeps going despite everything that is happening, There's just so much happening in the world, but it's good to see, an organization really pushing its boundaries and really wanting to see transformation in the lives of people, which is wonderful. And so, Philemon, as we wrap this up, I would like to ask you, for a young person right now who is watching you, you have shared your journey, where you've come from, your doubts, your insecurities, how you find your purpose, and now working at New Generation. What is one message that you would like to give a young person who has lost all hopes, not only not having a purpose, but who has lost all hopes maybe for even seeing a better tomorrow? What is that one message that you would like to give that young person?
Where there is a life, there is a hope.
Wow.
I was there by that. I really understand. As I said, I also have been there. Yeah. So now I understand someone who might be in that same situation. Allow me to say this. There are certain things that happen to our life. We are not responsible of those situations or what we are going through. Sometimes we are victims of something that has happened, or also sometimes also it's all about our decision that we take every day. So I'll start with the second one. If there is someone who might be listening to us right now, you are young people. Maybe you are fortunate. You grew up in a very good condition of a family. Don't waste your youth. Sometimes we young people, we like to compromise. We like to compromise, you just want something that are really superficial for your life, but we forget that our future somehow also depends on our present, which is like if you are doing whatever you want, like in debauchery or not taking seriously your life, like there are consequences, So that is the first. That is the first side. Like if there are certain things that come from ourselves. But for someone who may say, okay, I don't do all these things. I'm just going through the consequences of something that has happened in the past, whether it's in the country or in the family or someone or school. I don't know. It might be anything. It's good not to see yourself, not to keep seeing yourself as a victim, because whenever you keep seeing yourself as a victim, it prevents you from moving forward. You are always blaming other. Blaming to what is happening. There is somewhere where I read a quote that says, I'm not sure. Maybe we can double check. It was said by Bill Gates. He said that like if you are born poor, that's not your responsibility. But if you die poor, that's your responsibility. Somehow that is how. So for someone who keeps seeing them as a victim, so if you keep seeing yourself as a victim, you forever be the one. And the second thing that I'll say, try to find your purpose.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, can someone find their purpose? That's another time. Maybe you invite me for another time.
Yes, I think that could be a whole discussion apart.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. But one thing that is for sure, we all have a purpose. We all have a purpose.
Yes.
And that is what we believe at New Generation. And when you have a purpose, it's really easy to focus in your life. You know what to do. You know who to hang out with. You know what to study. You know you're no longer going to study because it's something that maybe your parents have told you, or just because you are seeing many of your friends going through this domain, you're also going to do that. So know your purpose. Don't see yourself as a victim, but also don't waste your youth in taking bad decision and not taking serious your life. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Philemon. This was honestly such an insightful conversation.
Thank you.
I have also learned so much, especially from the message that you just gave to the youth. I think it's so crucial and so important, because it's so easy to lose hope and so difficult to regain it, or really having someone who believes in you, someone who believes that you can be someone someday, that you don't have to really give up on yourself, but you have to stand up every day, and just go on, because I really also believe that, everyone has a purpose in life, and we all need to, just walk ahead, heads high, and accomplish that.
Exactly.
So thank you so much, Philemon, for your time. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you.
And I hope we can do many more.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in. This was such an insightful conversation. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. To know more about New Generation, please visit their website, www.newgenerationburundi.org. Till then, take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.